Are you looking to buy a house? You're hearing that the market might be cooling off and you're trying to figure out, is this the right time to maybe jump in and buy? Stick around. This video is for you. Hey, what's up everybody? Brian McCauley here, your mortgage expert. So lately we've been hearing a lot of noise around rising interest rates, home prices being at an all-time high, and it's starting to discourage some people from potentially buying a house. Also in the summertime, historically, there is more inventory that usually comes on the market that's available. So with a combination of buying fatigue, with a combination of higher interest rates, and with a combination of higher inventory, what we are finally seeing, yes, finally seeing, is a little shift in the market. I love this for buyers because obviously I represent the buyers. I want them to get the best deal, but more importantly, right now, I just want them to get the opportunity to buy a house. There are so many wonderful people out there that are pre-approved, that are great people, that have worked hard, saved a lot of money. They just can't get in the race. So we all knew this time would come. It's nothing major. It's a minor correction, but that minor correction could definitely benefit you. So the first thing I want to talk about is now the time to buy so you can take advantage of what's out there. I think you definitely have to take into consideration, even with the little inventory coming back on the market, it's still getting captured pretty quickly because again, there's just way more people than there are houses. I want to talk a little bit about the negotiation of a home in this market. If you're a buyer that finds a property that's not moving within days, right? In a traditional market, the psychology behind how to buy a property is the longer the property is on a market, the better advantage a buyer has to make an offer. That stands true today, but I want to talk about an alternative strategy called a seller buy-down strategy when it comes to how buyers want to make an offer on a house. Basic example, if somebody has listed their house for $500,000, it's been sitting on the market for 2 or 3 weeks, no one's interested. A lot of times they really house, but I'm not going to offer them $500,000. I want to offer them $480,000, and let's see if I can get a deal on that house. So that is a very good thought. That strategy works. I'm going to go even one level higher, and I'm going to tell you what to do if you're a buyer to get the best of both worlds. So the first thing is, if you're going to offer somebody $480,000 on a $500,000 property, that $20,000 reduction really just comes off the price of the house. So if you're getting a 30-year home loan, it's 20 grand over 30 years. It feels good to get that deal, but what I would encourage you and your agent to do is actually give full list price on the house at $500,000, ask for that $20,000 in closing cost, and that'll benefit you in 2 ways as a buyer. Number one, any closing cost that you had to come out of pocket on for extra cash, that will be covered up by that $20,000 seller concession. The second piece is the biggest one. So there's not gonna be $20,000 in closing costs, there might be 10, right? So now you as a buyer have a $10,000 surplus. What I encourage everyone to do is to take that $10,000 and buy the interest rate down as low as you can actually go. So the numbers are, if you take a $500,000 property, you offer $20,000 off the list price, they lock it in at $480,000, but your current interest rate is 4.99%. Your mortgage payment moving forward is going to be $2,500. If you do it the alternative way, you can take that extra money, buy down the interest rate. Yes, you're paying full price for the house, but you're getting a concession. That concession will work in your advantage a lot better, buying down the interest rate from 4.99 to 3.5. Now a $500,000 home loan at 3.5% is only $2,200 a month. So the difference of $2,500 and $2,300, you're actually saving yourself $300 a month. That is a big financial strategy that I want you to pay attention to. So again, it is still a $20,000 concession that the seller is giving you. You're just taking that money and applying it in a better area. I call it a higher and better use of the money. That's strategy one. Strategy two is what a lot of buyers and real estate agents do not know about a declining market. I've been doing this for 16 years, so I went through the subprime crash, and there are a lot of things around that time that are not applicable now, but they could be if people continue to lowball offers on houses when they see a little bit of a give in the market. So a declining market looks like this. If somebody's house is listed at $500,000 and a buyer goes in and offers $480,000 and they accept it, they feel great, right? But what is the sold price going to be on that house? It's going to be $480,000. So every other agent, they immediately think this person got a deal. So if this person got a deal, what I'm going to do is start my next offer at $470,000. maybe 460. Versus if you buy it at 500,000 and take the closing cost credit of 20K, what does the sold price show for the house? 500,000. So if it was listed at 500,000 and it's sold at 500,000, the psychology of the sale and the appearance is the value is 500K. Versus if they do it at 480, they can see that there's a reduction. What happens is it becomes a declining market. Every other person, every next buyer thinks, because this person got this deal at 480, not 500, I can get a deal over here, and people start to lowball. You know, it kind of steals from everyone's equity. A lot of people are banking on their retirement using the equity in their house, and it starts to go in the wrong direction. It can be a big issue with families. But the other component about that is, you know, when banks see over a 6 month, I think it's either a 6 or a 9 month period, that properties are declining more than 5 to 10% in a certain area, you have to mark that on an appraisal report. There's a spot that says economic trend that says increasing, decreasing, or stable. If it's decreasing, an appraiser has to mark that box. If it's decreasing by over a certain amount, what happens is that buyers cannot do maximum financing in a declining area. Here's why. Their feel on the trend of the area is if the value in the area continues to trend down, eventually the value of the house is going to be lower than the loan balance. So then the buyer is upside down in the house, and it encourages them to do what's called a buy and bail. A buy and bail is, hey, I bought this house for 450. I didn't know things were moving in the wrong direction. Now my house isn't worth 450, it's worth 420. I'm now upside down. I'm never gonna get my money back unless the market turns around. So if I can't work out a deal with the bank, if I can't sell it and get rid of it, I'm just gonna bail because now I've lost all my money. So they will bail out, which ultimately leads to foreclosures, which ultimately leads to a domino effect of more foreclosures, more low comps, so on and so forth. So I just want everyone to understand that, you know, in our industry, one thing leads to another. As this market softens, don't ask for your concession off the price of the house. Give the full list price, ask for the concession as a closing cost credit, use that money to cover up the closing cost, take the additional money and buy down the interest rate. It will save the buyer a ton more money, it will protect comps in the area, and it will keep the neighborhoods in the market up so you don't have any issues after the fact. These are important strategies in a market that's changing that everybody should know so they participate and they negotiate appropriately. So listen, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate that. If you just want to connect with me one-on-one and set up a consultation, call us, email us, text us. We're always here for you. Just know that I am always here to help. No question is a bad question. We're helping to guide you through the mortgage process, help you become a smart homeowner, and help you create wealth through homeownership. Until next time.